You know all things, Lord, what is, but what could be, and you know all timing of everything, what needs to be done each day, what the priorities are. Lord, help me to overcome any inertia that is in me, to not allow doubt in my mind, to make good choices. Lord, help me, Lord. You have given us so much in so many ways, Lord. Help me to use all my resources, Lord, to their maximum capacity and beyond their capacity, because I know there is no shortage of resources with you, Lord. You provide more than enough, Lord. Help me to recognize all the power and opportunities that surround me, Lord. To tap into what is there, which is unlimited. I act sometimes that is in some ways like I was destitute. Then I do not act in my best interest. I must trust you and move on and not lean on my own understanding. Help me to figure it out, Lord. You know what you wanted me to be and do, what you wanted me to become. Because you know my heart, my character, all my desires, and all my best use. My highest use is not where I need to be, dear Lord. I sometimes come wanting just enough to get by, Lord, but you wanted so much more than that for us and for me. I can't have work, it seems, that would tie me down to one location, Lord. I'm a nomad, maybe, a digital nomad. Yes, some kind of combination of face-to-face people and digital. Help me to find my best and highest use, even this very day, Lord. Each moment, each hour has its highest use, Lord. Help me to find that for me and apply it. Yes, Lord, you know my negotiating skills. How can I apply that ability to what, Lord, you wanted, the business and the work you wanted me to be in, Lord? What opportunities that would be good for seller and buyer. Yes, Lord. There are opportunities to buy certain types of businesses right now, just like those that track down properties and buy them, and they flip the investment. So I could get companies to agree to a certain price and then flip it to an investor and make the difference. I must see how investors would price a company, gross profits, etc., net profits. So when I sign an agreement, it gives me, say, 90 days to close. I could tie up the property so that I could find a buyer for that business. Some companies would be worth buying. Myself. And help me, Lord, to find such companies if that's what you want me to do. To pursue the right companies. Maybe just the access to the list of customers a company has online or offline is worth much more than the profits itself. And the application of that business could be doubled, but yet give the fair price that the buyer wanted. Maybe they can hold on to a junior position, the seller, and that way they can prosper as I double and triple the value of a company. Seeing the hidden value in a business might be more valuable than the obvious value. Get an idea of how to value a company online or offline from potential buyers, those who are already looking for particular companies. Maybe you need to be licensed to not violate any realty license situations. I might need to get my realty license back, or for those that haven't ever had one, to get one, just to cover their butts. You look for online businesses in a particular field, get to know what they want and the price ranges they're willing to pay, and flip those kind of businesses. Many businesses do not know their offline values, maybe their lists, and so there could be opportunities. But Lord, there's so many counselors in this life, but so few fathers. So many gurus who will only give you a snippet of the solution, either because they want to keep billing you or they don't know the answer. Both are bad. To an owner, I could say, if I can get you the money for your business and a job that pays you more than you're making now, or keep some ownership and have a big increase in your take-home pay. Different motivations I could use. So I can say I'm a licensed realtor, but I'm not here at the capacity as a realtor, but as a buyer of your business. I'm not looking to list your business, but to purchase it. I'm a principal, not a realtor agent. I guess if many businesses are having to sell right now, I need to get in front of those sales and be licensed just to avoid any legal complications if there's ever a licensing issue. But I'm a buyer, not an agent. Small online properties might be the best bet to start with. Ones that have a large list or have incredibly strong followers, but they've not fully figured out how to monetize their business. So their profits are low. And there will be methods to make their profits much bigger once I acquire a company. Sign a preliminary agreement that gives the amount and that I have 90 days due diligence to figure out if I'm going to close, and then meanwhile go out and find that buyer. But God, don't let me wander in the desert. Help me to find quickly the oasis you had for me, even right now in front of me. But I need your help, Lord, to open my eyes, to go through the doors I ought to go through. Yes, I need some money up front to do some of this stuff. And some I don't. Maybe I can charge some option money to the ultimate buyer. They pay $2,000 or $4,000 up front. And as they research the companies I find, and if they buy, they will come out, they will get the difference back when they sign and buy the property. Or charge the seller an upfront fee of $2,000 or $4,000 with a guarantee of a closing within 90 days, or they would be refunded the money. But make sure I have an assignable contract so that I can sign it to someone else. Or if it's cheap enough and it's a great buy, I buy it myself. Improve it more and then sell it. What a sad reality. But 98% of cases true. Everyone is most cases hold themselves up to be first in all endeavors. It's like, pay me and I might do what I said. But I'm going to take care of myself first. Most people will not give you a break, even when it would not adversely affect them. They're like a dog with a bone. I don't need it. I can't use it, but I don't want anyone else to have it. And then not honoring their word. They decide not to do what they said they would do. So the writing's on the wall with those people. Don't keep going with them. Don't expect anything different in the future either. A leopard does not change its spots. Jealousy and envy still reigns in many people. Now the real question is, do I want to be in the 98% who are basically only out for themselves, or the 2% who are willing to do for others as well as myself? This is a stark reality before me, Lord. Help me to always choose the better man position. The 98% group is the easy way, and the 2% is the hard way. It takes work and effort. Being a better person isn't what most choose. It's too hard and it takes sacrifice. Giving into situations that will make your life less in some ways, but so much greater in other ways. Like sleeping good at night. How can you live like the 98% and have much joy in his life? It makes me think of a man in our church who was always getting handouts because he was needy. And then he said he was getting a $17,000 inheritance, I believe, and he was going to do all these kind things and great things when he got it. Well, a few days later, he received the money and disappeared from the church. Nothing for a few weeks. Then suddenly he reappeared broke. What happened? He said something like, it's complicated, but all the money's gone. And he was back being needy again. Some people just refuse to learn. They have chosen through their actions to stay where they are. They have put themselves there in most cases. And don't talk to me about exceptions. Sure, there are exceptions, but you're not. It always comes to you choosing every day to go up or go down. And yes, sometimes the momentum is carrying you, but you started down the wrong or the right hill. Habit and circumstances start taking over. Yes, I know some just never get an education in the first place, but they never wanted to learn, even the very basics. Like you can't spend more than you take in. And such clear principles. You don't have to be highly educated in money management to get this rule, but yet some even make large amounts of money, spend more than they make, and then something happens, their money stops coming in and they lose it all because they owed more than they had. Your choice has taken you to where you are. But the good news is you can change your mind. Or should I say change your heart? Because that is where all issues come from. I don't have to tell you what you've done. The results are enough to explain that to you. And I want to clarify that God said He would provide for all our daily needs. Do you have food? Did you eat today? Do you have a bed to sleep in? He didn't say He was going to take care of all our extravagance. He might not. Are you eating? Are you sleeping? Okay. God brings the increase, not you. But how do you expect increase if you won't do or learn from your lessons? Doing brings out the truth of the matter, usually pretty quick. The pivot. You stop doing what's not working and you do more of what is working. Sometimes I just want to go out and do some manual labor, even though this is not my highest use, just to humble myself for a while, because if I don't humble myself in some way, I know one day you will. Most High God.